Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé David Toborowsky shares sad final moments with loved one. 90 Day Fiancé star David Toborowsky has been living his best life with Annie Suwon. The married couple is currently expecting their first child. They recently traveled to Thailand, where Annie will give birth. Many of David's posts today are clips and pictures of their baby girl's ultrasounds. But he caught his followers off guard after sharing a heartbreaking photo with a loved one. Keep reading to see what happened. Aside from his upcoming first child, David also made headlines last month after undergoing cosmetic procedures. The 90 Day Fiancé star had plexor cat scratch, PRP, PRFM, and RF microneedling, which all helped give him a much younger appearance. It took some time for the wounds to heal. But David was satisfied with the results. Some fans also commended his efforts to look younger, especially considering his huge age gap with Annie. David recently took to Instagram to share a heartbreaking photo. The 90 Day Fiancé star shared a picture of his family with his grandmother from December 2000. According to David, it was the last photo they took with his grandmom before she passed away. He added that she was an amazing woman with a great sense of humor. He continued, "We will always have her in our hearts. We call her Gammy." Many commenters sympathize with David for his loss, while others mention that his funny humor came from his grandmother. My condolences to you and the family. It's hard, especially around the holidays. Lost both parents and my in-laws, but I am sure her spirit visits you and the family. Now we know where you get your great humor, Dave. To all grandparents. How awesome her genes sure were strong, beautiful family. So many good memories from Grammy David, 24 years ago. It's you and your sister on the right. And you were so thin then, I almost didn't recognize you. Aside from this sad post, David has also been sharing positive updates with Annie as they live their lives in Thailand. Recently, the 90 Day Fiancé star shared their trip to Bamboo Beach, Pattaya. Annie also had her hair curled after watching the movie Moana. David has also been exploring many things with his wife in her home country. Some of them are affordable markets and cheap restaurants. David's sister, Lee, is also with them on the trip, but it's unclear if she's staying with them until Annie gives birth. David Toborowsky, the beloved star of 90 Day Fiancé, is no stranger to emotional moments on television, but his latest revelation has left fans heartbroken. The reality TV star, known for his adventures with wife Annie Suwon, recently shared a deeply personal and painful chapter from his life, offering fans a glimpse into the final moments with a loved one who has since passed. In a candid and emotional Instagram post, David opened up about the bittersweet farewell, expressing both the sorrow and the deep love he felt as he navigated the loss. David's journey on 90 Day Fiancé has been filled with ups and downs. His love story with Annie captured viewers' hearts as the couple overcame cultural barriers, financial challenges, and even moments of public scrutiny. However, behind the scenes, David has faced his own personal losses that have shaped the man fans see on TV today. In the emotional post, he revealed that the loved one he had lost was not just a family member, but someone who had been an integral part of his life, shaping him in profound ways. The unexpected goodbye. The tragic loss that David shared with his followers was the passing of his beloved father. As viewers know, David's father had been an important figure in his life, even making appearances on the show. David had spoken fondly of him before, recalling his father's wisdom, guidance, and the strength of their bond. But in his recent post, David shared the crushing reality that his father had passed away unexpectedly after a battle with illness. Describing his father as a giant of a man, in both size and heart, David reflected on the lessons he had learned from him over the years. Despite the challenges David had faced in his own personal life, his struggles with weight loss, his relationship challenges, and his financial hardships, it was clear that his father's words had always been a guiding light. In his heartfelt post, David wrote, "He was always there when I needed him, even when I didn't think I did. The world will never be the same without him, but his spirit lives on in the way I strive to love others." Fans flooded David's post with messages of support, expressing their condolences and sharing stories of how David's vulnerability and openness had helped them through their own struggles. It was clear that David's father, though no longer with us, had left a lasting legacy of kindness, strength, and resilience. A legacy that David had carried forward in his own life. Grieving in the public eye. One of the most striking aspects of David's emotional message was the rawness with which he shared his grief. As a public figure on a reality TV show, David has been through a lot of scrutiny, especially when it comes to his relationship with Annie. Their love story was one that captivated viewers, but it was also one that had its critics. Through it all, David had stayed relatively private about his personal losses, focusing more on his family life with Annie and their journey together. But this moment of vulnerability marked a departure from his usual public persona. Fans were used to seeing David as the light-hearted, caring husband to Annie, and his honest portrayal of grief gave them a deeper, more personal look into his life. For many, it was a reminder that reality TV stars are not just characters on a screen. They are people, with emotions, families, and real-life struggles. In the post, David opened up about the difficulty of losing a loved one in such a public manner. "Sometimes you feel like you're supposed to be strong for everyone, but when you're faced with a loss like this, it's hard to be anything but human," he admitted. His honesty struck a chord with many who had experienced similar losses and felt a sense of solidarity with him in that moment. Reflecting on his father's legacy, as David processed his grief, he also took time to reflect on the life his father had lived. He spoke of the lessons his father imparted, lessons on kindness, perseverance, and living life to its fullest. "My dad didn't just teach me how to be a man," David wrote. "He taught me how to be a person who values the people around him, who loves deeply, and who never lets go of hope, no matter the circumstances." David recalled how his father had always been the rock of the family, offering unconditional love and support even in the toughest times. As a family man, David could see how his father's influence had shaped his own parenting style and his approach to his marriage with Annie. "I try every day to be the kind of husband and father he would be proud of. Every time I make a decision, I think about what he would say. I want to live in a way that honors him." It was clear that David's father had a profound influence on his outlook on life. As he coped with the grief, David expressed a deep sense of gratitude for the time they had spent together, no matter how short. "The pain of losing him is unimaginable," he admitted, "but I am grateful for every moment we had, every conversation, every lesson. That's what keeps me going." Fans show support. In the wake of David's heartbreaking post, his followers showed an outpouring of love and support. Many shared their own stories of loss and offered messages of solidarity, reminding David that he was not alone in his grief. "Your dad was a great man, David," one follower wrote. "His legacy lives on through you and Annie. Take the time you need to heal. We're here for you." Annie also shared her own emotional tribute to David's father, posting a photo of the two of them together on social media. "I know how much your dad meant to you," she wrote. "He will always be a part of us, and I'm here for you, always." Moving forward with love. As David continues to process his grief, he has made it clear that he is not letting this loss define him. Instead, he is focused on living in a way that honors his father's memory and continues to cherish the love and relationships that matter most. In his final words on the post, he shared a message of hope. Grief is a journey, but love is the map. My father's love will always guide me. David's openness and courage in sharing such a personal loss have not only helped his fans connect with him on a deeper level, but have also shown that it's okay to grieve, to feel pain, and to lean on those around you for support. For David Toborowsky, this moment of loss is a reminder that family, love, and the bonds we share are the things that carry us through even the darkest of times. As he moves forward with his life, he does so with a renewed sense of purpose and a deep commitment to living in honor of the man who shaped him. The 90-Day Fiancé star's message resonates as a reminder that love is not bound by time or circumstance, and that even in the face of loss, we can find strength in those who've loved us.